Hello again. This is Joe Azizalahoff, the Oriental Carpet book author, speaking about carpets again. Today I would like to focus on the decorative carpet known as the Peshawar from Pakistan. This rug took the United States by storm, I would say probably starting in the early 80s, and it just continued to mushroom through the 90s, 1990s, through 2000, through 2004, 2005. They were going like gangbusters until the recession in the last 6 years or so, when it's gone down quite a bit. Nonetheless, the sale of the Pakistani Peshawars is still quite strong. I would say that in the heyday, from the 80s through the 90s through the early 2000s, I think, in my opinion, the Pakistani Peshawar, the soft decorative carpets in the sort of ushak tradition of minimal color, minimum design, but new, can be coarsely woven or sometimes finely woven. In my opinion, the Pakistani Peshawar carpet, for maybe 25 years or so, captured almost 50% of the new hand-knotted carpet market in the United States. I would say almost 50%. Right now, the Pakistani Peshawar carpet is down to maybe 20% or so of the new Oriental carpet hand-knotted market. That's because of the inroads from tufted rugs as well as machine-made rugs and some of the new directions in which carpet fashion has gone. Nonetheless, the people that I know, and I know quite a few people that deal exclusively in Pakistani Peshawars, I know the wholesalers, they're one of the few types of dealers that are doing okay at this particular time in this recession. We are now in February of 2013. So the importers and manufacturers of the Pakistani Peshawar carpets, the soft pale carpets, I'm going to show you a few in a minute, they're doing okay. But not as good as they did, I think, 6, 7 years ago. Again, because of the desire on the part of Americans to buy carpets more cheaply now. That's why we're selling more of the machine-made and the tufted rugs. But let me show you these very, very important Peshawars. I featured them in my second book because they were such an important development in carpets in the United States. They're going to look a little bit nondescript because they're pale, but I think you'll get a sense of their beauty from these pictures, I hope. Very pale, very soft. Generally light, beiges. Sometimes like this it'll have a little bit of darker pattern. The only rival to this rug in the last 30 years, say, in the United States would be the Tibetan carpets. These are more classical. This gives you a nice, warm feeling for the home, nice, restful, soft feeling. Replicating the antique ushak that I discussed before, replicating the antique rug with an old patina. So this explains it. It's a magnificent piece. I've sold literally hundreds of them personally, and in various places over the years. I have a brokerage service in the New York tri-state area. And basically, I locate all different kinds of rugs for people, particularly in this area, but also around the United States. And I do a lot with digital pictures, and in many cases I take people to the wholesalers. So I just thought I would mention this brokerage service. Generally in the Peshawar carpet, I like people to get them a little bit finer if possible. The reason is I think they have better antique potential. A lot of them have a very soft, granular, floppy structure, 60, 80, 100 knots per inch. They're also very good. I like them very much. They're very craggy, you know, they have that craggy look, that funky, like the kind of like a shabby chic type of thing. Very rich in texture. And it's astonishing how people just literally love these carpets. And what I like to do generally with my clients is to try to get them with a little higher knottage, a little bit higher knot count. I think they have a little better antique potential. They do cost a little bit more. But then, because what happens with these carpets is they really are washed out. I mean, what happens is in the finishing process is a very long finishing process. What they do basically is they wash it and they scrub it and they brush it and they go down on their knees and they clip it and you know the loose, a little bit loose wool, or they trim it and then they again wash it again and they bring the colors down. Sometimes they sun them on the rooftops. Sometimes they use a herbal wash, a tea wash. But the rugs are so magnificent in terms of the patina and the warmth of an antique rug. This explains really their popularity. I stand behind them. I support that movement, even though I'm generally more color-based. I'm more, you know, collector-oriented. But I believe there could be, perhaps, it's possible, we don't know yet, the antique potential of these rugs. I haven't seen any being thrown out. You know, I don't see them in the garbage. So they're being kept. I believe the way these rugs are sold, as the way any rugs are sold, you would have to generally consign it to an antique store or to a carpet retail store. That's how these are generally going to be sold. That's how most of the carpets are sold from the last 40, 50 years. That's the only outlet for the most part. So you'll be, if you ever decide you want to sell or people move, these rugs would go, they have to be washed first, and they would go on consignment to an Oriental carpet retail store. And I believe if it's in good shape, no stains, and nice condition, and you've had it for 20 years, 30 years, it's had a few washings perhaps, but it's still in good shape, you've used your padding and so forth, and I will go into carpet care in another talk. But I believe these will sell at a faster pace than the traditional carpets will on consignment, should you ever wish to sell them. And the reason I think they're going to sell faster is because of the designer market. Designers are always hungry for rugs that will fit the bill for their rooms. That is to say, the last step in the straight flush. In other words, they need that last card. If your rug that you have, let's say, wanted to dispose of, wanted to sell in an Oriental carpet retail store, fits the bill for the designer, fits their need to fill the bill for that particular spot, it will be sold. It doesn't matter if it's new or it's used. It has to be in pretty good shape, though, however. So in this sense, I believe because of the tremendous popularity of these rugs, the Pakistani Peshawar rugs, I do believe in many cases they may very well have antique potential, even though the finishing process is rather severe. So that's why generally I encourage my clients, and I look for my clients to try to find them with a little bit higher knot count. I like to get it around 150 plus knots per square inch, 200 knots per square inch around it. And then you got a really nice solid rug that has been, you know, with a beautiful patina and a beautiful, beautiful wash. It just captures the warmth and the delight of the antique carpet. Thanks again for watching.